Hello, today we'll be talking about Haxorus, the first dragon-type final evolution introduced in Gen 5, and the first pure dragon-type final evolution, being the final evolution of Axu, who evolves into Fracture, who evolves at level 48. Its previous BYC dates are October 30th, 1997, August 20th, 2000, June 11th, 2003, April 1st, 2006, January 20th, 2009, November 11th, 2011, September 1st, 2014, June 22nd, 2017, April 12th, 2020, and February 1st, 2023. I most know Haxorus from Pokemon Shuffle, whose level I have yet to beat. I think that Haxorus is a scary Pokemon, and it hardly feels like a Pokemon, although I will admit that looking at it as a larger image doesn't make it as scary as a smaller image. But still, it looks unnecessarily scary. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Haxorus, the X-Jaw Pokemon, whose number is 0612. This is what it looks like. Its type is Dragon, abilities Rivalry or Mold Breaker. Unnerve is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50. Catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breeding egg groups Monster and Dragon. Hatch time 40 cycles. Height is 5'11" or 1.8 meters. Weight is 232.6 pounds or 105.5 kilograms. Base experience heals 243. Leveling rate is slow. AVL is 3 and attack. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex color is yellow and base friendship is 35. Haxorus is a dragon type Pokemon introduced in Gen 5. It evolves from Fracture starting at level 48. Is the final form of Axu. Biology, Haxorus is a bipedal Pokemon with a dark yellow-green covering on its back and most of the front. It has black skin covering its torso, tail tip, and thighs, as well as red talons and claws. Its large tusks, which resemble axe blades, are black and edged in red and are located on its upper jaw on the side of its mouth. Its medium-sized eyes are red with black pupils. Ridge plate-like skin travels from its back to its head region. It has solid armor, and the legs and tail have a dividing line pattern. Its arms are quite small, with 3 digits, 2 elliptical triceps and biceps, and circular elbows. Its hands are small and circular, with small red claws. Its legs are formidable and strong, with 3-toed feet with a red talon on each toe. Haxorus takes great pride and joy in its prized unbreakable tusks, which are used on its enemies and can cut through steel beams and metal transmission towers with ease. Despite its austere appearance, it is generally friendly. However, Haxorus is known to be very territorial and will react violently should anyone touch its tusks. Haxorus is known to reside in caves and abandoned mines. Haxorus has a diet of eating the minerals in the dirt to keep its tusks sharp. Evolution, Haxorus evolves from Fracture and is the final form of Axu, so Axu, Fracture, Haxorus. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond. Haxorus and Hydreigon kidnap Victini at the Crag area and take him to Wish Park, but are defeated by the player. During the post-game, Gothitelle leaves Haxorus in charge of Wish Park's Power Zone and the Power Bash attraction. Pokedex entries in Gen 5, Black. They are kind, but can be relentless when defending territory. They challenge foes with tusks that can cut steel. White. Their sturdy tusks will stay sharp, even if used to cut steel beams. These Pokemon are covered in hard armor. Black 2 and White 2. Its tusks are incredibly destructive. They can easily slice through a thick, sturdy steel column every time. In Gen 6, X is Black Sentry, Y is White Sentry, Omega Ruby is Black and X's entry, and Alpha Sapphire is White and Y's entry. In Gen 8, Sword, its resilient tusks are its pride and joy. It licks up dirt to take in the minerals. It needs to keep its tusks in top condition. Shield. While usually kind-hearted, it can be terrifying if angered. Tusks that can slice through steel beams are how Haxorus deals with its adversaries. In Gen 9, Scarlet, this Pokemon nests in caves and abandoned mines. It is docile, but it will become incredibly angry if its tusks are touched. So beware. Violet, it overwhelms enemies with its prized tusks, which are sharp enough to cut through a metal transmission tower in one strike. Haxorus in the Paldea Pokedex. So you've got Haxorus, 3 of them, and a couple Axu. That's cute. Let's see the size difference. That's, wow, okay. And Haxorus in the Blueberry Pokedex, so it's a full evolutionary line image. So you got 4 Haxorus here, 3 Axu, and 1 Fracture here. Kind of cool to see the size difference. And it's at night. And this one was in the cave, I forgot to mention that. Which makes sense, because we live there. Game locations. Side game locations, Haxorus and Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond. And then the actual locations. In events, held items. In events, it has the Focus Sash 100% of the time. Stats, base stats, HP 76, attack 147, defense 90, special attack 60, special defense 70, speed 97 for a total of 540. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, fighting, flying, poison, ground, rock, bug, ghost, steel, psychic, and dark. Weak to ice, dragon, and fairy for double. Immune to nothing, resistant to fire, water, grass, and electric all for half. Learn set by leveling up will go down to 48. 33 guillotine, and 60 giga impact. By TM we're skipping. By breeding we're skipping. Nothing by prior evolution. Side game data, you got all this. Pokepark 2 wanders beyond in the Pokepark pad entry. He is originally from the Crag area, but Gothitelle forced him to manage the attraction. He can't say no when asked. Got all this. Evolution data, Axu, level 38 Fracture, level 48 Haxorus. Sprites here. So, of course, much darker colors. Gray replaces the green. Might be slightly darker black as well. I think the red is also deeper? Interesting. In Gen 6, you get the models. Pretty good adaptation, I'd say. It almost looks like it's less hunched over, which is kind of ironic because it looks so much more hunched over than the other two. And their models, they're way more hunched over than their sprites. Yeah. In Gen 7, not really much changes. Gen 8, you get the much better models. Homes, you get these models. Animation. Haxorus in Pokemon Journeys, the series. Iris's Haxorus is the big one. Got all Pokedex entries in Black and White, episode 117. In Ash's Pokedex. Haxorus, the Axe-Straw Pokemon, and Axu's final evolved form. Haxorus is normally considered friendly. Its body is covered with a tough armor, and its tusks cannot be broken. In Journeys, episode 65. In Go's Rotom Phone. Haxorus, the Axe-Straw Pokemon, a dragon type. Haxorus is huge, tough fangs can even cut through a thick steel girder. Pokemon Generations, Haxorus and Pokemon Generations, Pokemon Masters Animated Trailer, Haxorus in the Pokemon Masters Animated Trailer with Iris. This Poketoon, the manga, Haxorus in Pokemon Adventures. In the TCG trivia, according to Junichi Masuda, Haxorus was the first Pokemon to be designed for Pokemon Black and White. Ken Sugimori further clarified this in an interview with Nintendo Dream, stating that Haxorus was designed while Pokemon Platinum was still in development at a time when the development of Pokemon Black and White had barely even started, by a newly hired female designer. Haxorus's pre-evolved forms were designed later based on its design. Haxorus and Druddigon are the first fully evolved Dragon-type Pokemon to not have another type. Origin, Haxorus is based on dinosaurs. The design came from the idea of a Pokemon that swings its axe like fangs to attack instead of biting, a behavior reportedly stemming from actual dinosaurs. The specific dinosaur may have been the Heterodontosaurus, a dinosaur from the early Jurassic period named for its unique teeth that protrude from its mouth, much like Haxorus. Haxorus's tusks in particular resemble battle axe blades. Name origin, Haxorus may be a combination of hack, to chop or cut down, axe, saurus, common suffix, in names of dinosaurs and extinct reptiles derived from the ancient Greek word for lizard, and possibly hazardous. Ononocus may be a combination of ono, axe, onoku, to tremble, akusu, axe, and possibly Onicus, common suffix in dinosaur names derived from the ancient Greek word for claw. Now the languages, related articles, references, external links. Let's move on. Since we watched the first scene featuring Haxorus in the Servine and PDUV videos, let's watch the second scene in the anime featuring Haxorus. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 663, Dreams by the Yardful. All you really need to know for this episode is that we are watching the dreams of Iris's Axu, and in the dream, Axu has evolved into Fracture, and now Fracture is evolving.
That's Haxorus! Axu's final
That's Iris
evolutionary
talking.
form!
And that is the second scene of Haxorus in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see about other people of Haxorus. Hello and welcome to the post section of the video. The question is, what do you love about Haxorus? And Mafgi has responded. They say, I love Haxorus and the shiny variant so much, especially. Thank you for your response. Let's move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. No, we sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. Those of you who are familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Haxorus. This is daily R prompt, Beware of the Dragon, March 29th by Siberian Thing. So it's this AI image of a Haxorus. This is My Megas Haxorus by X Dead Dragon X98. So their version of what a Mega Haxorus might look like. There, of course, isn't a Mega Haxorus yet. Anyway, but yeah, very interesting. Turning the tail into the axis as well. Yeah, making it look like more of a mask. Like with long hair. That's pretty cool. And the claws. Kind of also like the axes. That's pretty cool. This is Haxorus Smash Ultimate Fan Render by Alex Smash. So it's this really well done render of what Haxorus would look like if it were in Smash Ultimate. That's pretty cool. Yeah, very well done. Pokemonster Haxorus by Xanador2. So got this more realistic Haxorus here. A lot more dinosaur-like it looks like. So Pokemonster Haxorus, type dragon, international status, dangerous, and human for scale. That's very well done. This is Haxorus reworked animation, Pokemon XY by Mr. Omnistone. So you've got this really well done animation here. And you got the back sprite version as well. Very well done. This is Pokemon Shiny Haxorus by Mark331. This nice image of a shiny Haxorus here. Seems to be from 2011. Very well done. This is Galar Adventure P3, page 27 by Rio SD. So you got this comic here, the comic page. I'll zoom in so I can read it. Pokemon Galar. I'll take it from here, Lola. So there's this Charizard battling this Haxorus here, and I guess it's protecting this shiny Lopunny, shiny Mega Lopunny by the look of it. Char. And the trainer says, Char, Dragon Claw. And I guess, and then retracts the Mega Lopunny, okay. Then Charizard roars and uses Dragon Claw. But the Haxorus grips its arm. Crackle, zap, grip. It gets angry. Grr, such strength. Zap, kill, zap, kill, die. Crackle. I don't know what's going on with the Haxorus. That's interesting. Roar. Then there's this woman here. Oh, why'd you call back your Pokemon? Afraid to play rough? This other person here. Goodness, taking this a bit too seriously, aren't you? And then the trainer says, C'est n'est pas bon. I haven't seen a Haxorus this powerful since puppies. I don't even know if that's the correct accent to give it. Hey, big guy, you might want to stay behind me for your own protection, of course. There's this other person. Maybe it was this person who was talking? I don't know. Yeah, they got all these social media stuff. Interesting. And this art requires me to watch the artist, which I'm not going to do, so we're going to stop here. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I'll be streaming tonight at 10 p.m. CET Central Daylight Time. We'll be trying to get Beldum and Camerupt, catch Seadra, Rayquaza, and Deoxys evolve Seadra into Kingdra, Porygon into Porygon 2, Shelgon into Salamence, Beldum all the way to Metagross, Baneri into Lopunny, and Omega Ruby's Clamperl into Gorobus, and Mega Evolve, Sharpedo, Camerupt, Salamence, Metagross, Rayquaza, and Lopunny. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Cubchoo. As always, this isn't my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.